Hola, estudiantes. Today we're going to talk about affirmative to commands. Affirmative to commands in Spanish are used to tell a friend, family member, or someone younger what to do. So you're commanding them. So at this point, make sure you fill in part A where it asks what is an affirmative to command. Okay, here's some examples in English. If you tell someone, make your bed, eat your vegetables, pay the bill, those are all commands. Okay, now how to form affirmative to commands. Very simple. 2 steps. You conjugate the verb in the to form because it's a to command, and then you drop the S off of the end. Okay, so make sure that you fill in part B where it asks how do you form an affirmative to command. And here are some examples. We need to fill in part C of the note guide as we go through this, okay? So the infinitive hablar means to talk or to speak. The to form is hablas, and when you drop the S, you have habla. So if you tell someone habla, you're saying speak or talk. Okay, comer is an ER verb, means to eat. Comes is the to form. So you drop the S, come is the command. You're telling someone eat. Escribir is to write. Escribes is the to form. Drop the S, escribe, you're telling someone write. Okay, so those are the first 3 for part C. Go ahead and finish 4, 5, and 6 on your own. Remember, conjugate in the to form and then drop the S. All right, practiquemos. Let's do a little practice together. It says wash the dishes. Well, we know to wash the dishes is lavar los platos. If we put lavar in the to form, it's lavas. If we drop the S, lava. Lava los platos means wash the dishes. Sweep the floor we know is barrer el suelo. So the to form of barrer would be barres. We want to drop the S. Barre el suelo would be sweep the floor. 3. Open the door. We know that to open is abrir and the door is la puerta. If we go to the to form, we'd have abres, drop the S, abre la puerta. Okay, so in Spanish there are 8 irregular to command forms that you have to memorize, okay? And I do have a little song we'll sing for this too. So we need to make sure that we fill in part D of the note guide as we go through these, okay? So we need to write down what they mean, and we need to write down what verb they come from and the form. Okay, so our infinitive, tener, we know is to have. If you want to tell someone have something, you would use ten. Okay, venir is to come. If you want to tell someone to come, you say ven. To put, place, or set is poner. If you want to tell someone to put something, place something, or set something, you say pon. Salir's irregular form is sal. That would be to tell someone to leave or to go out. Decir is to tell, so if you want to tell someone, say this, or tell someone this, you say di. Ser is to be, so if you want to tell someone be something, you say se. Ir is to go, so if you want to tell someone to go, you say ve. Hacer, I believe this is our last one, is to do or to make, and the irregular command form is as. Okay, so make sure that you include the infinitive, the command form, and the meaning under part D of your note guide. You might need to pause the video at this time to get all of that down. Okay, so here's the chant. I call it a chant. It's more of a chant than a song for these irregular forms, okay? It just goes like this, and in this order. Ten, ven, pon, sal, dice, veas. So notice I said ten, ven, pon, sal, di, se, ve, as. Okay, so sing it with me a few times. Ten, ven, pon, sal, dice, veas. Ten, ven, pon, sal, dice, veas. Remember, these are irregular command forms for these verbs. All right, practiquemos, make the bed. Okay, these are irregular, remember, so we're going to have to think of our song. Ten, ven, pon, sal, dice, veas. The as comes from hacer, which we know means to make, so make the bed would be haz la cama. Set the table, we know poner is to set, So, to set the table, if you want to tell someone, hey, set the table, you would say, pon la mesa. Tres, you want to tell someone, come home. Remember, venir is to come, so you would say, ven a casa. Okay, so let's sing the chant again a couple more times. Ten ven pon sal di se veas. Ten ven pon sal di se veas. Okay, let's look at affirmative commands with pronouns. Now, you guys have already learned DOPs, direct object pronouns. If you use a direct object pronoun with an affirmative command, you have to attach the DOP to the command. Now, remember that a DOP is something that replaces the noun, and it has to be the object of the sentence. So you guys remember your DOPs are me, te, lo, la, nos, los, and las. All right, so let's look at these examples. So if you say wash the dishes, it's lava los platos. But if you want to say wash them, then you attach the DOP to the end, and you have to put an accent mark to maintain the stress in the correct place. So wash them would be lavalos. Okay, notice that I stressed that first A. I said lavalos. And an easy way to help you remember where that goes is to count back 3 vowels. So the O is 1, the A is 2, and then this A is the third one. So that's where the accent mark goes. Okay, so let's look at barre el suelo, sweep the floor. If you wanted to say sweep it, because we already know we're talking about the floor, you would say barrelo. Now notice we count back 1, 2, 3 vowels to know where to put the accent mark, okay? Now, let's go back and talk about here with lavalos. The reason we use los here is because that's the pronoun that would be them, and that would replace dishes, okay? And if you remember, it is either lo or la when it's a direct object pronoun. And so here we used lo because of el suelo. All right, so go ahead and fill out part E where it says where do DOPs go when using them with 2 commands. Okay, a little note here. Note that when a pronoun is attached to an affirmative command or two syllables or more, the stressed vowel carries an accent. So count back 3 vowels, and that is where the accent goes. All right, practiquemos. Let's practice the command forms with DOPs. Okay, so remember, to form a to command, you go to the to form of the verb and drop the S. Okay, so sirve el pastel means serve the cake. If I want to say serve it, I say sírvelo, because el pastel is masculine. I have to use lo. And notice 3 vowels back is my accent mark. Okay, so let's go through and do these. Saca la basura. If you want to say take it out, you would say sácala. Okay, corta el césped would be córtalo. Prepara la comida would be prepárala. Busca los globos would be búscalos. And for the last one, pon la mesa would be ponla. Now notice we don't have 3 vowels in that one, so you would not put an accent mark anywhere. Okay, if you have additional questions, please see the notes provided on page 282 of your textbook. At this time, you need to fill out part F of your note guide and make sure that you are ready when you come in to take your flipped mini quiz tomorrow. Adios.